Hello, all of my little storms, and welcome back. So we're going to be continuing on with our build that we were doing last time. And if you are watching on YouTube, it probably will either be linked or in the playlist, because I do have some playlists of these. Um, and it was building a city, and we're going to be continuing to kind of build up that city. To the best of our abilities. I'm gonna try and focus more on trying to build the town or like the inner areas than anything else. So we're gonna start on that first, and then we're gonna go back to maybe doing some of the wall stuff, and then working on anything else that we need to work on. So without any further ado, we're just gonna kind of hop right into it. Uh, it is not capturing the audio, which I suspected it wouldn't. There we go. Now it's capturing it. I was a little concerned that it wouldn't be. You know what? Let's grab. Oh no, wrong, wrong arm set. Let's get a little bit more cozier today. So this is what we were working with last time. So we have the buildings up here, and then we have the main city area that we haven't done. We also need to do the barracks over here. And this part here is probably going to be kind of, instead of the slums, which I originally kind of wanted it to be, we're going to make this over here kind of like the merchandise and slum area, with the slums being more here, and then all the higher whatever here. And then, again, we are working with a very minimal space, so we can't do as much as I want to. But this is going to become like a little bit of the City of the Dead. If anyone has played Waterdeep Dragon Heist, I'm pulling from that. Now, the other thing is too, what I originally was going to make it was having these kind of be more layered than it originally is. So in the actual city, which I'm going to be making, technically you're working with a much more of a bigger area. And also for those that are new, this is reference from my comic, because we are going to be visiting the city in the comic actually, so there's that as well. But how it's going to be set up is kind of, this is the lower area, and then it gets higher and higher and very high at the top here. Again, kind of think of like Gondor, but a little bit different, because Gondor is like really high up, and this is like more closer to the city. So also I decided on this front area we're gonna rebuild all of this, because I started sketching out chapter 6 a little bit more, and I decided that this area is actually going to be like a drawbridge. But for right now in Tiny Glade we'll just have it be this, but it's supposed to be a drawbridge. And then what I was also thinking of doing is making waterfalls through all of here. We will be continuing this pattern design over on this side. I just haven't gone and done that yet. But it is technically quite a fortress area. It's less of a city and more a fortress. So fancy. It's looking so good. Thank you. Yeah, we've been this is like work from last week. We're just kind of still working on it here and there. I'm going to focus on the city, I know that that's going to take the most amount of time for us to do. And then we'll probably work back up here on these church areas here. This is all kind of inspiration for a comic I'm working on. So I was like, you know what? Let's kind of build it in Tiny Glade and see if we can do it. And since Tiny Glade's so fantasy oriented and so is my stuff, I was like, you know what? Let's try and see if we can do it. I love all the duckies. I love that they added these duckies. I played the demo a while back and I was like, and when I saw that they were adding duckies, I'm like, yeah. I love the idea of Tiny Glade to facilitate other creative endeavors. Yes. Exactly. That's exactly what ended up happening. I'm not too great at it. What's your headcanon for this city? Okay, so we actually have it. So it's based in comic stuff, but my comic is inspired, it stemmed from my VTuber lore. So I had some lore and then I was like, you know what? I like this lore too much. It's now going to be a full-on story and world and everything. So, and this city is where character VTuber me is from. This is my home. It is called Serin, the City of the Sky. And technically it's supposed to be in a mountain, so kind of think of like there's like a giant mountain, or this is supposed to be on a mountain. Not really in a foresty area. um, and it's called the City of the Sky because Serin is the god of the sky in my VTuber, or in my comic. So he's the god of sky. And we have, of course, the main temple of sky here, because this is the holy city, in a way, quote, holy city. And then we worked on these two churches last time, along with the main church here. This little one is the House of Thunder, and this bigger one is the House of Lightning. Real actual deities hanging around, or more realistic / boring? So how the gods kind of work in the world is, they technically can involve themselves in mortal issues, but not completely. Think of more like Greek gods in a way. Like, they are kind of there. The House of Lightning has proper wizard. So technically, because I can't put in lightning rods, all of these are supposed to be giant lightning rods. Because lightning strikes all the time on this thing. Because it's the god. If there's a lot of lightning happening, that means that the god of lightning is here. Thunder doesn't have very much, but it is said that if you hear like something happening in the top here, then they're there. But somewhat indifferent or can't be bothered to interact much. More of the gods interact if they feel that it is necessary to. There is a lot of godly interference in the story. Currently I'm working on chapter 5, where we kind of are starting to see that godly interference. So the gods are here. It's not that they can't be bothered. It's more of they only intervene when they have to, or when they think it's necessary. Other than that, they're like, mortals should be left to their own devices. Mortals should not interfere with godly nature, you know? But some gods are also indifferent. It depends. Because the other thing is I also made it that the gods are not like these big, all-powerful, benevolent creatures or beings. The only reason why these gods interact so much with the mortals, because in a way they interact a lot, because you have the lightning always happening whenever the god's in, you know? Not many other gods do that. These ones do because they were once mortal. So they kind of have more of a connection to mortals, which is a lot different than many of the other gods around them. So they are quite unique in a way. Some gods have spawned from other gods' thoughts, so like their thinking. Other gods have spawned just from a few words or even just a speck of dust. So sometimes some of them are pretty indifferent towards mortals because they didn't spawn from that of mortal thinking or from mortals themselves. I, I read a lot of mythology as a child. outside outside of VTubing. It's very complex in a way, but I do like how it's ended up being. Mercury Gish, like you said, I do like the style where they're quite more human. I think it's neat seeing the ramifications of human-like emotions. Yes, yes. But the thing is like in my story, I'm like, well, those human-like emotions had to come from somewhere. So there is one particular god that you're not gonna see until later on that is the origin of human or at least mortal emotions. And they have a very, very mortal view on a lot of stuff. Oh, that's a bush. I thought it was another arch that I accidentally made. I was like, oh no, I have to fix that. Let me see. Do I want any? You know what? Let's just do all of it as a water feature now. There you go. I think I'm gonna work on City of the Dead. I also thought it was an arch. Yeah, sometimes I will say I accidentally make arches and I don't mean to. But we kind of started on some pathing up here because I wanted to do some pathing. It's really bad because all of the area is very uneven because it's supposed to be like a rocks and all this kind of terrain. I did like how I built this like a path that goes straight to the main temple, which makes sense. Well, oh yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I was like, ooh, you know what, that would be cool to make some like water like grates here. And then I was like, oh wait, it's supposed to be like kind of fortress like too. That would defeat the purpose of a fortress. I would say that most of the underwater stuff goes out on below here. Just gonna add some. Might as well add some more water features. And also, I believe. Wait, what? Interesting. I didn't know that you couldn't do that if you want. I could. Ooh, no. There we go. Oh, so people wouldn't steal. That's a great idea. I've done a lot of more bigger builds. I'm a bigger build kind of person, so it's gonna be a little bit harder when I'm gonna start working on these houses here. I don't normally do that kind of stuff. Ooh, let me just disable that. I think the first thing I might want to do is start on the barracks. These are gonna be the barracks. Ooh. So I would kind of want maybe one big area for the barracks. yeah, this isn't gonna work too much because of this, but that's okay. Just kind of make it like that. I'm still wondering if I wanted to make the barracks on this side or the other side. It's pretty neat. Yeah, the game is very, very neat. But let me leave. Oh my goodness. That sounds so unique. Oh my gosh. No, I don't want to make it. Ooh, no. There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted these to be a little bit higher. This is gonna be the barracks. I'm gonna put this back here. And then I'm trying to always get used to the controls because sometimes I don't play all the time. So I have to get used to the controls. I'm gonna make this area like the stables. So we'll have that be the stables. And then this be like the main building slash working area. Yeah. And then just move that kind of like that. And then I'm gonna put this here. And then maybe another one on the other side. Ooh, why is it going up, up, and away? No. I just want you to be over here. Might have to erase some things, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, this is kind of popping out through the side. It's okay. Because we'll just make it be like this and it'll be fine. You're not going to see it much anyways. It's walled. No, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like thinking, oh, are you trying to build like a city from Attack on Titan? And I'm going to be like, no. I don't like Attack on Titan. Animation, good. Characters, good. Story, questionable. I need to erase that. Or I leave it open. It's like plenty of studios were walled. They don't all have. Yes. I mean, like, if you think of, like, you know, I'm more, referencing, hold on a minute, I need this, this, not that high. This does need to be a bit higher, because I'm thinking of staples. There we go. But I was mainly, actually I was referencing the city that Attack on Titan also takes place in, but also Gondor, so it's kind of like a mix. Especially with the idea of, it being the way that, I'm trying to remember. especially with it being kind of on or like in this like rock mountain area. So I was kind of also referencing Gondor as well with it. Sometimes you just got to take a lot of reference from a lot of different places. The religion and how the religion works kind of is more inspired by a lot of different mythology, whereas the city it's building is not. And also the trying to do a lot of world building with stories and stuff is really kind of fun at the end of the day because each area kind of has its own um, inspirations. This is mainly inspired by like European style, fantasy European, I would say, which is like that stereotypical kind of European style, but then it's like, oh, it's fantasy as well. So I did fall into those lines, but this is our first area, and then there's other areas that we're going to be visited that are different in their own way. Um, in terms of inspiration, clothes. I even went into like, okay, what do they eat? There's literally a place of people that live underground that eat these like giant bugs. So, um, and the funny thing is that those bugs are also pets apparently, because you know how people have pet pigs and still eat bacon? Yeah, same kind of thought here. I don't know. I like doing random stuff like that. Random um kind of thought things like that when it comes to building. Mm, okay, I'm like trying to think about how I want to build the rest of this, and I think I'm gonna bring this out, but this is actually gonna be more of like a roof over top, kind of like that, like that. Maybe bring it in a little bit more. Reminding me of Eric Smash YouTube series of fortresses. Underground beetle cow thing? Excuse me? Okay, yeah. I mean, the other thing is too is like there's just because I'm like thinking I'm like underground there wouldn't probably be a whole lot of things under there. So like I've gone into biology, ecology, anthropology, all the ologies. Even like with anthropology in particular, not only do these people just have like I built their cultures from the ground up. um even language, like the way that they speak is different. Um because if you're dealing with yeah, I do need to make or want to make a video, like a YouTube video, kind of explaining how easy ways to do world building that you can expand upon later. And I think I called it like the 4 fours or something. Because it's like there's four, like it's breaking it down bit by bit. And then you have 4 things in those 4 items. So there's like so there's world building, and then there's 4 things to break it down into. And then those things you break down further into 4 different things. Of course, one of it was, you need to know like where, the setting. So first off, setting, that's like always a default thing in world building. Setting, where are you? Okay, once you know that, then it's like, all right, what's the time period? And then you can kind of go into like time period stuff if you want to. And then um I think I went into um culture and um I forget I have it like written down, but I don't really recall it because I like wrote it down, so I like took it out of my mind and put it on a sheet of paper, and it's like I gotta go find it. But in building it the way that I had, it also helped in a way to, I guess, it helps to kind of also, do I want to do, there we go. It also kind of helps to explain some other things as well with, you know, why do people wear certain clothes? Why does the architecture look this way? Why do they eat certain food this way? Why do they look a certain way that they do? Have there been, you know, evolutionary traits that have evolved? And there is one or two people, because basically how the world works is like they're all basically the same species. So they're all the same species. They just have different adaptations depending on where they are, where they're living. Which eventually over time, technically, in time, they will change even further. From follows function kind of stuff. Yeah. Flows, architecture, culture. Yes. Yeah. I did it backwards though. I kind of did culture because the culture will influence the architecture, and the art style would influence the clothing. So, you can kind of go to and fro with that. But yeah. Oh my gosh.
I forgot I subbed for this long lol.
I like how we're talking about world building and all of a sudden I just get that. Hey, you're the one that decided to sub the song, and thank you for the resub, Jose. Anyway, so as I was saying, and I threw trash everywhere. No, joking. No, I within world building a lot, I just especially for like this one, or at least this world, you know, you have all the
all this world building, but we forget to acknowledge how you build my world.
Oh, no. I'm always here to build your world, Jose. Jose is my partner, everybody. I love him. Mwah. For those that are new. I literally forgot what I was going to do and say. Lol, mining those brownie points. No, he doesn't need to mine any brownie points. Oh, hello, Mellow, and yeet to you. Anyways, let me go back to talking about world building.
Brownies? Where? George is hungry.
George, no, you already got your brownies, okay? I already got you your brownies. And you're getting bagel flies later, okay? I made sure to get you the premium bagel flies, okay? Anyway, so world building, right? Oh my goodness. How I kind of like built it for the world is even though that there are a lot of different like areas and people, they do have some universal beliefs, which is kind of cool, because I have it where I'm trying to remember. One of the universal beliefs of my of the world of the comic.
All these bag-o flies, but I can't bag any big booty women.
George, you'll get the women soon. I'm sure that they'll flock to you in no time. Yes, George is always like this. And yes, the frog can talk. That's also part of the lore. I'm not even joking. Truly a great conundrum of our age. Very, very true. This door is not big enough. There we go.
It's the extra strong riz and very obvious sex appeal.
Yes. Trying to figure out how to put windows in this place.
Under all this chub, I have the body of a god.
Yes, George actually is the god of rain, which is from this area. Yes, George, the literal frog.
An unhealthy god, but a god nonetheless.
Yeah, we still haven't built their temple yet. Don't worry, George. I'm gonna build it soon. Okay. I'll feed you with some bag of flies later. Oh yeah, George also likes to take everybody's credit card too. Oh my gosh. George has made a very healthy.
Make it wide enough for my fat dumpy.
Yeah, this is unfortunately what I have to deal with constantly. If I knew that this was what I had to deal with when I became the new storm god, the new sky god, I would have not signed up for this, but I had to. I would say that George is the worst of the three. Well, no, of the four. George is definitely the worst.
I will steal all your credit cards. Black Friday is around the corner.
George, no, you cannot take chat's credit card. I already talked about this before. You cannot do that. We had a conversation about this, George. Don't worry, George is not going to steal your credit card any day. Well, maybe.
Was the
know.
worst of the four. I sold my other siblings to Scientology.
George, no, you did not sell them to Scientology. Let's just say that all the storm... so remember how I was saying that all of the gods were mortal ones in this area? I didn't say they were human.
They asked to send them back, but I said nah.
Well, they're not human, but I didn't say that they were, like, the humanoid mortals. They were animals. That's why, in a way, they find humans so fascinating. Because they were animals. They find us humanoidish, like, creatures so fascinating. Also, I keep saying humans, but technically, the world is called Telvon, and all of the people in it are Telvans. So.
They wish they had an ass as nice as mine.
I will say, a lot of frogs. What is with frogs and having such a good dumpy? Like, what? Literally, look at pictures of frogs. All of them have, for some reason, just great dumpies. I don't know what it is about frogs and dumpies, but they do.
It's all the leg workouts.
I guess so. Well, George, I work out all the time with my legs, and I don't have a great dumpy.
And good genetics.
Oh, I guess that's it. That's true. If it's the genetics, that makes a lot of sense. I'm trying to think of a way I can make dummies. Hmm. My dog is barking at things outside the door. Oh, I can put this right here. Alright, nice. Oop, no, 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 no. But, oop, oh, want to put it here. Wait, does it not go that far? Aw, I'm sad now. It doesn't go as far as I thought it would. There we go. That'll work for now.
New George Booty merch coming soon. Have it in your room to motivate and help aspire you to get a physique like mine.
Maybe, George. I'll think about it if I want to actually make it merch. I was trying to talk about world building. Can I go back to talking about world building, George?
Mouse pads with my wife Dumpy.
You know what the funny thing is? I've been thinking about, like, possibly getting, Uwu Market merch. Oh my gosh, why is it doing it from that position? It's so weird. That's so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, I guess we're gonna have to tear this down. I couldn't do it the way I wanted to. I don't know why it's doing that. It's so weird. Hi, Peppers. I heard you barking at mommy. I don't know what for. Don't forget to build. I will. Don't worry. There you go. Oh, no. There we go. It's not a great barracks, but it's good enough. And also dealing with dog trauma. Beagle separate. Oh no. Oh my goodness, beagles. I once wanted a beagle. I'm glad I don't have a beagle. Let me put all these flags up here. Oh, perfect. Look at all those flags. Actually, the funny thing is, it's good that they're blue flags. Great, but some folks are okay with the thing. Yeah. I can understand that. I think that's the reason why I didn't want— oh, come on. I think that's the one reason why I didn't want one. I also once wanted a husky. I do not want huskies. I definitely do not need a husky. Alright. Well, we have the barracks now checked off. So I would say this would be like kind of where they sleep, and then maybe some offices in here. It's not like a really big barracks. I'm working with very limited space. Here's an LAV. Never walked so— yeah. They do need a lot of exercise. I posted on Blue Sky up my doggy. She is a little miniature poodle mix. And now that picture is like a week old because that was when we groomed her at home. And she went to the salon and got all trimmed and stuff. And so she is a lot better looking when it's done by a professional. Alright. I think we should kind of start in the city area, but I'm gonna kind of actually tear this. I know this is cool. I gotta tear it down. Because what I want to do is I want to build this area up first and then get to that. And the other thing is too, one thing I kind of, should I work on the upper Michelin, like, you know, up here, or should we work on the, because this is gonna kind of be the slums area, like well, I was thinking of this being the shopping, and then this, well, I was thinking this more being the shopping because it makes sense that's closer up here, and then these kind of being the slums. I have to think about it. This was also going to be the slums, but then I thought about it and I was like, wait, they don't have an area for where they are going to do the funerals. And I was like, okay, we're going to do it right here. There's a reason. Because the way of how they think of funerals is a lot different than we think of funerals. So again, we're going to go into like Greek mythos with this, but they do believe that the body is just a host for the soul. So in order for the soul to completely move on, the body must be burned. Or else the soul will stay trapped forever on the mortal plane. So in order for it to move on, you have to get rid of the body. So we're gonna probably have an area that's gonna kind of be like the fire pit area. Because this is a war, so yeah. Needing the body to stick around is weird. Yeah. Because the way of how they view death in a way is death is not the end, it's the next chapter. Because this isn't really spoilers for the comic, but if you want to go and read it, you can always type in !comic and it will lead you directly to a link to the comic that you can read, because yes, it is available. It's just on hiatus right now. I'm kind of working on doing some backlog for some chapters so that then I can be able to work on it more and probably do some more art stuff for it as well. But my character art, because the main character is my inspired by a VTuber. So we call it character art. Character art is the reincarnation of a god. So that's why you see that I'm called a storm deity VTuber, because she eventually gets there, but she was immortal. And then you're kind of following the story of how she became that god, because she is the reincarnation of that god. So death is not the end, but also, unlike Epic the Musical, gods can die. At least their physical form can die. Their soul or spiritual form cannot. So that cannot die, but the body can. So in a way, gods can technically die. Again, not fully though. You can never fully destroy a god. If you try to fully destroy a god, that destroys the entirety of the reality. And so that reality within the multiverse just dies. So like Hindu avatar situation? Yeah, kind of a little bit with that reincarnation idea, yeah. I think you're thinking of oh, I forgot what his name was. I believe it's Shiva, if I'm correct. yes, I do know some mythology, like Hindu mythology, um, and some of it. I don't know everything, but I believe it's Shiva. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I forget if it's that one or somebody else. I just remember that they're blue. I'm not even joking either. I think plenty of Hindu gods would show up in human avatars through the ages. Um, the thing is though is that there is one particular god that I do remember that does that a lot. And the only thing I can remember of them is that they are blue, and I believe that their name is Shiva, but I could be wrong. It could be something else, and I could be even pronouncing it wrong. So, I just know it from kind of like investigating it here and there, because like I kind of like going into different mythologies of different parts of the world, so I kind of like dig into it a little bit. Um, but it's not even that this is mythology, any like it's not mythology, like people are still practicing Hindus to this day, so it's not really mythos to them, it is their beliefs. So, and I do respect that. um so it's just interesting to learn about different cultures and how they work. Actually, there is something that I do pull from Hinduism, which is there are I think it's also in a lot of other cultures as well, but a lot of kind of people remember how like, oh, you can't hurt a cow in India because they're sacred, right? Um, the same thing also applies to this place, and some of the other cultures around, because each of the four main gods here were once animals, because they were mortal animals. Uh, you cannot you cannot harm them. And technically, funny enough, the god of thunder here is actually a ram. So ram and sheep and goats are sacred animals. Now, you can drink their milk, like that's okay to do, but you cannot eat their meat or hurt them or harm them in any way. So you could just be walking around and there just be a goat that crosses your path and you just have to deal with it. um, and the other thing, which is also in this game, any birds that fly, specifically birds that fly, um, I can drink their milk. Yeah, goat milk, sheep milk. But ducks technically do count. But any bird that can fly. That technically does mean in a way that chickens, because chickens cannot fly, they're technically not sacred, but they are still birds and they can still somewhat fly. So it kind of is up into interpretation for that. Some people decide not to eat chickens and other people do decide to eat chickens. It just depends how your beliefs are, kind of situation. And then um frogs are sacred, and frogs for water are sacred. And then lastly, snakes are sacred because the deity of lightning is a horned flying serpent. um I have actually drawn all of their animal forms before, but I kind of want to redraw them so you can kind of see them. But we do have George, our great uh, rain goddess here, and then we also have thunder, lightning, and wind as well. And they all have high priestesses. We even went over that. Um, the only person I haven't drawn is the of course, the main overseer of the temple here. So, alright. I kind of want to work on this area. So I do need to get that destruction. So we're gonna kind of destroy all of this. For the most part. because, you know, if you're gonna be kind of doing ceremonial burnings. Now, the thing is, I'm gonna leave this place completely open here. And also, I might close this off. And there's a reason. Because I'll make it so you can only enter here, via, like, the side. Or even from the wall itself up here. So that then the people from here can go over here and then just cross over here. Because this is where the dead are basically buried. Hello, puppers. So of course we're gonna have kind of a main area for where all the business is done. You know, any talks of funeral arrangements would probably be done in here. Of course, everyone's funeral arrangements would technically be the same, but I'm gonna make this be as close to here as possible. Because I want to make it that you can actually go down here and actually go into here. Like a little... Because, you know, technically, in a way, the high priests and priestesses and everything here are technically a little bit like celebrities. So they probably wouldn't want to be walking down here very much. They do. They sometimes do walk around normally here. But if they're going to, like, do official business, it's like they don't want to get stopped all the time, you know? So I think this would be a better way. And also just, like, a nicer way in case, like, you know, someone comes in and says, hey, so this person died, I need funeral arrangements. And it's like, okay, come this way and then we'll talk, you know? Because no one wants to be pulled out in front of all this. I like that the sheep here is actually just chilling out by the Temple of Thunder. I think that's really... Oh my gosh, he has a little birdie friend. Look at that. Oh, I scared the bird off. I'm sorry. Terrible, terrible me scaring the bird off. Well. Imagine the static floof. Oh my gosh. Talking about static floof, it sometimes gets windy, and my dog and I are both all staticky. But yeah, talk about static floof over here. Yeah. Because with all the lightning happening, and then it's like, yeah. The reason thunder and lightning are next to each other is because, you know, you can't have thunder without the lightning. And then rain and wind are kind of more separated. These two are the only ones that are actually connected here. These two weren't connected, and then I made them connected. And I was like, that makes sense. The funny thing is, these two actually hate each other. These two hate each other, and Rain hates everybody else. Like, they're going through some sibling rivalry. Like, you know, like normal siblings. They're not really siblings or related. It's just more of they all were kind of became gods all at the same time, so that's why they call themselves like siblings, but in reality they're not related. And actually most of the gods aren't.
What siblings? George is an only child.
George, I will pull up Alboris.
Fuck the others.
George! George, you do not say that word! George, what have I told you about cursing? You cannot curse, George. You're not supposed to curse. This is a no cursing zone, George. You can't just say fuck. Oh. For a minute, I thought ads started. But no, it just says ads are gonna start in a minute. I was like, oh, that would have been so funny.
Fuck.
George, no. I will pull up Alboris and he will send you to jail. Again. We remember what Alboris did last time. Alboris is the thunder. Or no, Alboris is lightning. He's a snake. He will... I don't know. Snakes and frogs do not like
I
each other.
sent him to Jesus.
I'm pretty sure that you can't send him to Jesus, George, if technically Jesus does not exist in this world. No making the frog curse, okay? The frog is a frog. We not make the frog curse.
I literally sold him to a dude named Jesus for $1.
I don't think that was actually Jesus then, George. I don't know who you sold him to. But, I think we might need to do a mission to get him back. Well, you won't like to do that mission. But I know that it's needed.
No, we don't.
Yes we do, George. We definitely do need to go and get him. I know that you don't want to, but we definitely do.
Nah, we're good.
We are not good, George. Oh, there goes the ads. Okay, I'm just gonna put that over there. And then I'm going to make a few little areas here. I'm gonna make one here. And one here. Perfect. What? I don't... Oh, it's because of the stupid raised. There we go. So that's one area, and then this is another smaller area.
Hear me out.
I don't want to hear you out, George. Oh my gosh. There we go. So there used to be a lot of these little smaller... Oh.
Missile Toad George merch, cuz Christmas is around the corner.
Missile... What do you mean Missile Toad merch? What? What is Missile Toad merch? Wait, is that actually a thing? I need to look at... Jose, is that actually a thing? I need to know this. Excuse me? And then... Oh, nope, wrong item. And then I need to move this down, move this down, move this to here, and that to there. Welcome back everyone from ads. Just started working on kind of putting this little area together. People free 3D print to hang. Oh my gosh, because it's mistletoe. Oh my, that is the worst and strangely best joke I've ever heard. I feel like I've heard of. Oh yeah, I remember when people did that. Freaking hated that. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was like, what the heck? I just more thought of what the heck. There we go. There we go. Oh, nice rounder roof. Perfect for all your, I guess, funeral needs. All right, I'll think about the mistletoe merch for George. But technically, well, okay, is a frog a toad? That is the question we need to ask.
Make shirts that say mistletoe. Nah, missile toad, and it shows my face surrounded in mistletoe from the front, and my fat dumpy strapped to a missile in the back of the shirt.
Oh, it's like a front and back. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll think about it for maybe some Christmas merch. But we'll have to see. There we go. And there we have, unfortunately, the end of your life.
Another shirt can be let's kiss under the missile toad, and it's me hanging from the ceiling throwing heart-shaped confetti.
Maybe we'll think of some stuff because we gotta save some stuff for future. I was actually thinking about joining like Uwu Market, but then I'm like, I don't have enough followers for that. Can't raise any further than that? Interesting. Hello? Then that has to be like that then. I don't need this that tall. And then put that like that. There we go. Though I don't think that this is gonna work well. Well, it's just a concept. And then, oh my gosh, trying to zoom in and zoom out. There we go. And then put this on top. There we go. So we got some bear. I do have to go in. This will be colored. I haven't gone in and done that stuff yet. Could I do more detailing and things? Yes, but at the end of the day, we're not trying to make something actually. There we go. I don't know. Because I was just like, ooh, let's actually add a few more things here. But you know what I did forget to add? I forgot to add lamps. I forgot to add little lamps. I'm sad that I cannot add a lamp there. But we can add lamps over here. Anyways, I know I stopped like talking about world building because I got into building, actually building. But if you ever want to like kind of see or have me talk more about world building, I do talk a lot more about it and anything to do with the comic stuff over on YouTube and such. I do wish I could build like do more in-depth analysis, but it's like if I do too much, then I feel like uh there'll be nothing cool for anybody to watch. Yeah, we're gonna make these kind of like little functioning towers as well. Or we could just do it as decorative purposes. Oop. Wrong thing. Hi, Peppers. What? Oh, yeah, what? This needs to go all the way back. Which now makes sense to add in more windows and stuff. Actually, there we go. That actually kind of makes sense. So that will be like where they're mainly sleeping. Technically, the barracks is more of just like the training area and the sleep area. That would make sense. Oh wait, I need to put some more lights around here. Or else, like, no one's gonna be able to see if they're trying to enter or exit the barracks. There we go. And then adding some light posts here and here. And one thing I kind of forgot to do was add light posts around here. And we're gonna kind of see what this looks like at night as well. just putting lights here and here. These ones will just be like ambiance light, so. And then I think that's it for right now. Oh. You know, I'm gonna leave that. It doesn't matter. Oh. There we go. And then put some more lights. Because why not? There. I kind of want to see. Oh my gosh, it has fireflies? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, look at the barracks. Just from outside. Oh my gosh, all the slits even have little... Oh, that's so cool. Also, I was shown a technique on how I can make stained glass, and I thought that that was really cool, so we might try that. But I don't know on what. I think here. We'll try it on here. I don't know how well it will work. But oh my goodness, look at all the lights. It's so pretty. Sometimes I just like flying around to the build. Just looking at all the stuff. Oh my goodness, it's too bright. It's so bright. But now we gotta think about what do we gotta work on next. So we did these two areas, which actually, so the one sad thing about my comic is that it is during a war, so there is a lot of tragedies and bloodshed. And when we do enter through here, they do look over and see that this... So it used to be that there was just a bunch of these little places, which is like more like personal funerals, right? The war has become so bad, they now just have a mass... This is basically equivalent to a mass grave. They are just burning. There's too many. It is definitely gonna be a tragic moment. I'm not gonna even sugarcoat it. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about sugarcoating it, and I was like, no, I think people need to know how serious this war is. And how I kind of sketched it out is none of them say anything, but the look on their faces is enough to tell you everything. Because I feel like what a lot of people do with like a lot of writing is they like kind of tell you a lot of times just how tragic something is. And I've already said like, you know, this war is like bad like several times. And I'm like, I think like telling people doesn't really, you know, impact it enough, right? Because like, you know, we have the characters talking about the terrible tragedy of the war. And that's kind of the main driving point of the story is that there's this war going on between these unknown creatures called Blightons and that of Telvins, which Art is. Um, and that they're fighting back against them in and they finally thought that they figured out a way and turns out that way is a lot different than what they imagined. So now they have to go on this whole entire journey in order to complete it and also technically fulfill a prophecy, or also what it's called. It's not even called a prophecy, it's called a task. It's not even a quest, it is a task. It is a thing that needs to be done in order for this to stop. It's not like a little thing. And if you have watched the Percy Jackson series or like even read the Percy Jackson series, I do make a reference to the Percy Jackson series in the comic. It's not out yet for this particular chapter, for that chapter that it references, but I do make references to like other stuff and that I like that I pulled influence from. But there is a thing of like I'm not. It's Luthador saying I'm not a demigod that's out here doing quests and stuff like that. Kind of referencing the Percy Jackson series and how they're basically are on these fetch quests for the gods, and it's like, hey, I'm not like your errand boy. I'm not your like errand boy to go and do whatever. Um. So yeah. Um. But I hope with this little scene, and it's an entire like page or like 2 pages like really dedicated to just kind of showing you, because I think I can't tell it in a way that would be as impactful as just showing it to you. um I know it's like all pretty and in this scenario like everything looks so pretty and stuff, and that's kind of like one of the things. But this is the last remaining stronghold for the entirety of this particular group of Telvins. Like this is all they have left. Everything else is like gone. um Other people have other like small little places that they've been able to fortify, but it's getting to a point where there's just kind of no hope at this point, and so they're trying to do anything that they can to get that hope back. um so it is definitely I would say, I don't know if I want to categorize it as dark fantasy, because I feel like a lot of dark fantasy does deal with most of the overtones and themes being extremely dark. And yes, there are dark themes, but I'm like, I don't know if it's like completely a dark fantasy in a way. So that's like my kind of thing. I'm like, do I extremely want to classify it as that? Or do I want to classify it as something else? I just don't know.
The only dark fantasy I know is Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill is quite a dark fantasy there. Okay. I'll tell you this much. I didn't like Henry Cavill until he became The Witcher. I, I'm saying in the sense of like, I'm gonna be honest. I just don't like. I don't feel like when he was like in Superman, it was kind of fine. Like I think that he was a good actor and all of that. but I didn't like him until he became the Witcher. And now it's sad because, you know, Netflix decided to do its own stuff and now he's no longer on it. And I'm gonna be honest, that show went down after he left. I'm like, guys, listen to the nerds. Listen to the nerds. He's a nerd. Nerd. Nerd.
My other dark fantasy is Ryan Reynolds with a ski mask.
How would you know then it's Ryan Reynolds? Like, George, then how would you know if it's Ryan Reynolds or not?
Cause I can smell the Canadian off of him.
Wait, Ryan Reynolds is Canadian? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Since when was Ryan Reynolds Canadian? I thought he was American or like I also thought he was like British, but just ended up getting raised in America so much they just changed his accent. Yes, I did think Ryan Reynolds was
Since
British.
the moment he was born.
Wait, he's freaking Canadian? I need to look this up. No, he's from Toronto. He's from freaking Toronto? Do you want to know how based that is? Like Canadian based that is? Okay, as a person, I've been to Vancouver before. Vancouver, literally, I'm gonna be honest, Vancouver just
He's
reminded
from
me of
Canada land.
He's from Canada land. Wait. Wait, then that may hold on a minute. Okay, I didn't watch all of Deadpool 3, but apparently there's a part where he makes a joke to like Wolverine about him being Canadian, but isn't oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name. Who plays Wolverine? Isn't he from Australia? Or was it that, you know, Wolverine was Canadian? Because if so, that's funny. Because it's really Ryan. That's the Canadian.
Hugh Jackman? Yeah, he's Australian.
Okay, I need to ask people: has anyone seen the movie Australia with Hugh Jackman? I'm gonna be honest. That movie was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. You see, a lot of Hugh Jackman, and at least he gets to use his actual accent. But he was great in that movie. I think it's one of the few movies that I'm just like, I feel like this actually really shows how great of an actor he is. There are some movies that I'm just like, I feel like it really does show off, or it shows in movies, TV shows, that just kind of shows off like how much of a great actor or actress that somebody is. Because it's like, oh, they only did this stuff. Like for example, I forget who plays Elle, or not Elle, 11 from Stranger Things. When she was in Danzel, I think that truly showed off just how great of an actress she is. So I think like over time, Millie Bobby Brown, yeah. Again, I'm not saying that people are terrible at it. It's just like sometimes they get a role and I just can see like how much passion that they have. I kept saying ads for Red One all night at work. Oh my gosh, yeah. Red, I don't, apparently people were saying that it's like the really, it's kind of like a B movie kind of situation. Plays the Rock does play the same character, different font. I've watched so many Rock movies at this point that I'm just like, it's literally just The Rock, but his name is this. Like, there's no difference.
That's an offense to B movies.
I'm trying to like think of how I kind of want this area to be. I do want this to be the main market area. And I'm debating on, so I think I want bigger, so like really big shops and kind of taller shops, smaller shops. All I can think of right now is freaking Joe Cat's little thing of like, I like big girls, itty bitty girls. Oh gosh. He was the rocker. He was Oppenheimer in IMAX and was like, yes, this is how people will see my movie. What? The Rock didn't play Oppenheimer in Oppenheimer.
The Rock has a contract where he cannot lose a fight in any of his movies.
Wait, is that real? Damn. Look, sir. It's okay to lose a fight. I'm gonna be honest out here. It makes a character more believable if that character sometimes loses. And the thing is, they don't have to lose an actual fight. They can just lose something else. It's kind of how I did Art's character a little bit. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little water here. Oh, oh, that is really, really deep. Okay, no, we're gonna just put trees here instead. We're gonna cover that hole with trees.
Yes, it's real.
Oh my god. I would say that nothing can be taller than the temples, and considering these temples are going to be very much bigger, I'm sure this will be fine. Let me just make this another place like that. I'm not gonna make these completely straight because I kind of want to reference the road. No, what I meant is he went to see Oppenheimer and he was like, yeah, my movie is gonna be this good on these screens. Ew. I'm gonna be honest, it's okay to have a passion for like doing acting. I'm gonna be honest, if there was a like a choice between like who was the better one, I'm trying to remember, The Rock or I'm trying to remember his name, or John Cena. John Cena's better. John Cena reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He only did Black Adam because he was promised if it succeeds he can have an executive position in DC.
Yeah, and then, like, didn't his movie do terrible? Didn't that movie do terrible?
John Cena is how The Rock thinks people see him.
Yeah. You like most like most of those movies? Yeah, it's okay to like them. I think it's okay for people to still like those movies. If you like them, you like them. I know people that have said like if you like DC movies, like you're terrible, and I'm like, no. Some people just like them. It's okay.
John Cena has a world record for the most Make-A-Wish wishes.
Oh yeah, he does. It's okay to like him. Average person disagrees. Yeah, it's okay to like them. I'm gonna be honest here. I like the Wonder Woman movies. I don't like all of them, but I like some of them. They're not bad. Um, I haven't seen The Flash, so I can't say anything on that. I'm gonna be honest.
Peacemaker was underrated.
Peacemaker was underrated. Okay, maybe I need to check that one out. Um, uh, I would say this much as a person that's watched more Marvel movies. A lot of the Marvel movies, I think, really forget the story. And like as a writer, like, you know, I like sometimes playing games that have story to them because sometimes I do like this kind of stuff where it's just kind of mindless, like mindless building and working on things. Um, well, it's not even that mindless, but being creative in a different font, right? So, but I'm gonna put this here. Not this one. This. Perfect. So I kind of have like a jumbled, somewhat jumbly mess of framework to go off of. And then what I'm gonna do is make these houses a lot smaller. And push them back one. I wish I could like duplicate this stuff. But I think that a lot of Marvel movies, and I think just all movies in general nowadays, I feel like are forgetting that they're supposed to be writing stories that people can understand instead of writing stories for critics. Because if you write stories for critics, people aren't going to understand it. If you write stories for, you know, the average audience goer, you're going to get more people interested. Like my my comics audience, the demographic is probably 18 and older, maybe to about like 30s, 40s, you know, 18 to 30s and 40s. People that like Greek mythology and Percy Jackson series, you know, for the god stuff, but mostly targeting that of people that like fantasy adventure stories, right? With more adult stuff in it because it's like, you know, this isn't like for kids. I mean, there are dark themes in it. Um, but for people that kind of like those just more like classic hero fantasy journeys with mysteries and twists in it, because not everything is as linear or as what it appears to be. And that's who my audience is. So I'm specifically targeting like a demographic, people that like fantasy, people that like adventures, probably some people that like, you know, Percy Jackson, people that like Brandon Sanderson, people that like I'm trying to like people that like Dark Crystal, people that like so like I have more like a specific audience. And with that, because like I pull a lot from those areas and it's like that audience that likes that stuff is going to come with it. Um, and I think that a lot of people and the situation that a lot of movies are dealing with right now is they're building um they're making movies and shows for marketing purposes and not um how is the audience going to take this, what is our audience. And I think some of them are just not thinking about that, and that's what's kind of hitting the mark, because you're making films and movies just because you want to make more stuff for that IP, instead of making convincing stories that people can go, oh, I'll go and buy stuff from that IP, you know? So I think that's what they're hitting, like they're missing a lot of the mark with. Because there was some like cut stuff that I saw from Thor Love and Thunder, and I'm like, if they put that in the film, it would have been much more of a relatable story. Because I think the one issue that I have with at least a lot of like them trying to tell stories with Thor is like, I feel like they just keep rewriting or redoing the same character arc from the first movie over and over and over again. And I don't think that that's really good compared to like Star Lord, where we got his kind of character arc, but it seems like everyone also got their own character arc in each of the stories of the Guardians of Galaxy Volume 1, 2, and 3. And that's why, honestly, out of all of the Marvel movies that had come out recently, Guardians of the Galaxy through Volume 3 is just at that top. Like, it is good. Um, I do know that Multiverse of Madness was supposed to come out before WandaVision, which does make sense, but also kind of doesn't. Because they had to rework everything because it was coming out after WandaVision, so they had to rework stuff. And I think most Marvel, they deal with the issue of making their characters having the same character arc again. And that's not really what is kind of, oh, I keep clicking the wrong mouse button. But I think that's like one thing like I can really make sense of with all of the Marvel stuff, is it just kind of seems that that happens to be the issue. Will be fixed. I think one thing that could probably fix it is hire more nerds. Hire people that are actually really passionate about writing for this stuff, and I think that they'll find the audience again. And you know, unfortunately, there is just an audience that is like, I'm just gonna watch this because it's Disney situation. And you know what? If you want to watch it because it's Disney, that's fine too. I just am not really interested in any of their stuff anymore now. And it's sad because I remember watching like all the original Marvel movies when they were coming out, and you know, the first one was of course Iron Man, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was funny. Is that as far as it can go? Okay. Sure. Ooh, not that. Put this as high as I can go. And then we'll go from there. Ooh, this can go way higher. There you go. So we kind of get an idea of the walls. Actually, how thick are these walls? Oh, we can make them a little bit thicker. will say I just like sometimes watching movies for story inspiration most of the time. Because it just kind of, I guess, in a way helps. Oh, sorry, sheepies. They kind of went up into the air. Oops. Hopefully they'll find solid ground soon. Uh, he will probably be going on a little adventure. Need some adventure music for the little sheep. Oh, there they go. They found some ground. Mm, yes. I know I'm kind of going back and forth between working on different things, but it helps me. So I kind of... Okay, I do have to bring... Well, I don't think it really matters if the barracks are kind of going into the wall, does it? It's fine. For the most part, it doesn't look that weird. Put this down. Actually increase the size again. Make this smaller. And I can increase this a bit more. Yeah. There we go. Got some definitely more sturdy walls. Actually, you know what the funny thing is that I noticed? So if you look at a lot of older castles, some of them actually are like sloped, like at an angle, or sloped at like an angle. If you like go to the side of them, they're kind of like sloped like the rocks here. And the reason for that being is because if something hit through the wall, it would be like more dispersed some way, and it basically wouldn't hit the wall down. So it kind of was like cannon proof, which was pretty interesting to learn about. Ooh. Place that here. There we go. Alright, we need to make this wall actually look like this. I have to bring in some things. Might have to change these stables. Actually, the stables aren't too bad.
It may be cannon proof, but not George proof.
Oh. Yeah, we're gonna need to erase some path over here. Just, there we go. And then we need to take it. And there we go. We kind of have like most of the walls now done. But what I need to continue doing is making this area. There we go. Okay, so we have like the little market area, And one thing I did actually forget to add that I can remove these trees. Perfect. Is I need to make an area. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay. We need to fill this. Is it this? Ooh. There we go. What I was going to say was we need to build a little area that goes up to here. Basically, there's two ways that you can get to all of here. You can either go through here, and then you come out through like a little pathway, or you can either come up here on the sides to the different areas. That does mean it's a little bit difficult and tricky to get around here. But honestly, it kind of makes me feel like a lot of like a lot of European areas that just kind of do this. Oh, is there no way I can make like a good set of stairs here in the way that I want to make them? Okay, we will try this. Yeah, it's not going any lower than that. It's so cool. Oh my goodness. There we go. It's not gonna work the way I thought it was. But that's okay. We tried our best. I tried my best. We did our best. Also, why are you still here? I did my best, and you did too. Also, why are you still here? Sorry. Love referencing Markiplier. I haven't watched much of Markiplier's stuff recently. Apparently, I still have heard that Edge of Sleep is really good, so... I'll move this back more. And move this. Bring it down. I need to make it like European stairs that are almost ridiculous because they're so weird. I'm done. Oh. There. Now this will be an easy road to walk up. And actually, now the problem is, yeah, I kind of hate this. I hate that it does this. I would like for there to be like, if I'm gonna do a pond, I would like it to be on the terrain level and not do that. Like that we have an option. Because what I was thinking of doing is surrounding surrounding the area for the water for rain with that. There we go. Alright, now let's kind of work on these shops. Quote, shops. There we go. And then let's start building more. Later, bye, Pug. Thank you for lurking. And then, alright. Alright. That. Not like that. Actually, that works. Quite perfect. And then let's do this. What the heck? Cover this. Oh, this one? There we go. It's like, why are there flowers that are going to be in the middle of the road? Trial and error, boys. Trial and error. It's hard because a lot of this area is like extremely hilly, so we have to like deal with all the hills. Is very hard. Come over here. There we go. And then hooray. Oh my gosh, that looks so nice. That looks so nice. I kind of want to make these stairs go down a lot quicker. Yes, this is a very interesting way to make stairs, but it works. I'm trying to like think. And maybe what I can do that, because then this should be able to make the stairs. Because I do want these stairs to be at a certain level. Okay. So we got the big, tall, kind of whitish steps that go slowly. And then, and then we're going to have these little streets. It actually looks really nice. The grass is poking above though, and I don't like that. Which is so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, you know what? We'll make it be like weeds. It's weeds growing in between. Get this back further. This back as far as I can. I think it's almost to the height I want it at. I want to make it a bit lower. Don't do that. Alright, I think this is at the level I want to be at. Oh yeah, this is not gonna work because there's like some stones around here. We might have to do this a different way. So let me just... Oop, that's not what I meant. Actually, I want to try something. Aha, this already does give me stairs. Brilliant. There we go. So we kind of get some of the nice shopping area and then the maybe not so great shopping area over here. And I might even pull this one out. I don't know why it's doing that. Doesn't make sense to me. There we go. Just out of it. Oh, hold on a minute. My mama aren't making sure to feed me. I'm starting to get like kind of tired because the sun sets really quickly over here. So it's like been dark outside for a while and it feels like I've been streaming for hours and then I literally look down and then it says, "Oh, you've only been streaming for 2 hours," which is pretty long, but um yeah, I'm losing track of time. Da, 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 da. say though that I kind of like these cozier kind of streams that we've been doing. I've actually been looking over at my YouTube analytics, and it seems that even over on YouTube, people are kind of starting to like it. I think I just give off a lot of cozy vibes. That and not a whole lot of people actually play the game, this game that I'm currently playing, which is Tiny Glade. But I think, like, you know, the community for it is really small, so it kind of makes sense in a way. You know, I am gonna make 2 areas connected over here. That's fun. But what should it connect to exactly? Let's do this one. Oop, 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 oop. One problem dealing with tiny little places like this. That. There we go. Just so you have some nice, I guess, perches or something. Just so it kind of breaks up the monotony of the lines that we have. We have some breakage there. I don't think I'll do it over here. But this place is coming together. I mean, compared to like what we had last time, there's more, you know, going in. And we have like 2 more finished little areas over here. I just don't have the effort to go into the temples yet. Because I need to think. These 2 shapes are easy. Now I gotta think about these ones. But let's start working a little bit on the merchant area. There we go. And then kind of move this in over here. Bring this out to the back a little bit. I need to place this in a little bit more. I don't really know what these shops are going to be precisely, but let me just do that. And this over here like that. Oop, like that. Oh, I might actually need that really quick. I'm gonna create a little area here. There we go. And then put a little door and some little windows here. And then kind of move some stuff forward. Window. Excuse me, window. Oh, it's because I believe that this area. Oh, it could be this. There we go. Can I not click on these windows anymore? Hello? There we go. Maybe this is like a little flower shop or something. Wish we could change some of this stuff around. Hmm. It's hard because this is over in the corner. So trying to add a window here is going to be completely terrible. I just want to add a window, sir. Can I just add a window? There you go. Oh, and we got some more, like a, oh, this could be like a little farmer area, farmer's market. Like it sells goods and stuff. And then, oh my goodness. Hmm, we will see. I just want to put stuff. Hmm. True. No, it's not gonna work. No. Nope, no, I want that. Use that. And then what I could do, what would I use there? And then, let's see. Nope. Just wanna move this over here. Oop. There we go. That's a nice door. Then maybe kind of just figuring out a window here what could kind of work here. Right, making hole in certain things. There we go. I was thinking about detailing instead. There we go. And let's say a little bit there. Maybe this could be like a little library of sorts or something. Maybe let's put a flag there. A little flag here. And here. And then if we go into customization, let's make it green for a flower shop. And then maybe purple. Oh, interesting. Purple for like magic or something. Just kind of feels right. Oh. Yeah, let's see what it is. I don't wanna. We'll put it over here. There we go. And then over here. That's not the customization I wanted. Let's say this is book. They just kind of have their little thing. No, I wanted this to be here. It needs to go up a little bit more. I think I'm gonna put this here. I think I'm gonna just put a regular here. And let's say, oh, interesting. Don't know why it's doing that, but okay. And let's say that this place, like a little bakery. I don't know. We're just kind of going with the flow, really, honestly. Just kind of building just what feels right. This looks like more of a weird library. Oh, what the heck? Or, you know what? Put this. Move with the I feel like a bakery would have like a few places to bake, right? And then maybe this is just like a wee little shop. Just a little strange shop. No one kind of really knows what this shop really is. It's just kind of a miscellaneous. Oh my gosh, what is happening? What is this? What is this doing? You know what? That makes it a weirder shop. You know what? We'll go with this. It's just a weird, funky little shop that kind of no one knows what's in it. No one knows what's there. All they know is it's a funky little shop. This is probably the most cursed looking house I've built yet, but for some reason it kind of just works as almost like a wizard strange shop. There's something we call the strange shop on the corner. Because I mean, it pretty much is that strange shop on the corner, isn't it? Why is that doing that? That's so weird. I have no idea why that is happening. Let's put some little flags. Why not? Oh, but, oh my goodness. Put some flags around the strange little shop. No, go here. It's a funky little shop. I like how we just called this strange little shop. Let me grab that. You know what? For it being such a strange little shop, I'm gonna give it yellow. For being the wacky little shop on the street. Also, the other thing I kind of want to do, which we will do when we go over to this side, is I do want to do some flags going from one point to another. So we have some crisscrossing happening to also kind of break it up like this. I don't know why, but sometimes when I drink this orange spiced tea, I sometimes don't feel good afterwards, and I'm wondering if I'm starting to wonder if there's a possibility. I I don't really know how to describe it, but I kind of feel like weak and kind of dizzy. Um, it could just be because I'm tired. I've been like kind of tired all day because I've been like just kind of questioning like what I'm gonna like what do I do? What am I gonna do? Because I've been doing like a lot of stuff, and then it's like when I don't have something to do, I feel like what am I supposed to be doing? I feel like I'm supposed to be doing stuff. The terrible cycle of a workaholic. You just never stop working, you know? It's kind of how it ends up being most of the time. guess it is time, isn't it? Ignore my puppers in the background. I think that Mama Art has returned home. With food, probably. I might take a break and eat it, and then we might continue on with building. It could also be I need some food. Oh, hello. You found your way into the barracks. I don't think that that's a good decision. But I guess he's here now. Well, enjoy the barracks, I guess. Alright, I gotta go check on my dog because she's like barking a lot, so I'll be right back. There was nothing there. She was barking at nothing. I hope you enjoyed just staring at that sheep. uh, there we go. Alright. Now time to kind of work on this side of the shops. Which I am going to make some of these taller. And maybe actually make some room for some other interesting ideas. There we go. There we go. That's what I meant by interesting. Bring this over here. Because again, I kind of want to make it, you know, a little mismatchy. Now, I know the backs of these are not done. I will probably do them later. Or another time when we're working on... Because we do eventually have to finish this. I think this is going to be like a little bit of a 3-part build, honestly. But at least I did the main part of wanting to mainly focus on the city today. Such a strange building. You know what? I don't have a pub. Let's make this a little pub. I feel like the pub next to the strange building is just so great because then when people are walking out of here drunk, they're just like, that's a strange looking building. And everyone just goes, yeah, it is. It's just a strange looking building. And then have a little outside area for the pub. It's a tiny pub. It's not a huge one. I would say that these are more like the daintier, smaller shops and places for more of the common people. More of the common people, you know, merchants and stuff like that. This is probably where they'd live. I take nap. Jose, can I join you? Yippee! Jose, taking me with you. And taking me with you. No, not the mega yippies. Okay, okay, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. Oh my gosh. I'm awake. I'm awake. All I hear are yippies. My dreams will now be filled with yippies. Oh no, I have been chibi-ized. Oh, goodness gracious. Hello. I have been given the chibi drip. Fantastic. Wait, what the heck? What the? Oh, that would be so funny if I could put a floating door here. I'm gonna put kind of like a idea of a. Oh no.
Add butter. 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 Add butter.
Get that butter out of here. Oh no, not all the plushies. Not all the plushies. Oh my gosh. So many plushies. What the heck? Why are they so small? Why are you so tiny? Why are you so small? Yippee!
Oh yes, Daddy!
You're just like, I'm gonna use all the points. Yes. Now I take nap. Okay. Good night. What the heck is happening? Why? I don't want all this stuff here. Okay, things are being weird on this thing. There's just bushels out in the middle of nowhere. Oh. No. What the heck? What is... Alright. Come on. What is happening here? Yeah, no, I do not want there to be just a random... Why is there just a barrel in the middle of this place? I don't like this. It's attached to this. This is so weird, just having these bushels here. At least this isn't completely in the middle of the road yet. I stand corrected. I'm gonna put it here. There we go. Now they got rid of that. I don't mind these little things being here. That's fine. At least it kind of gives the effect that the pub is more like underground a little bit. Like maybe the rest of the pub is here. Oop, that's not what I wanted. What the heck? Okay, I kind of like that, but I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Alright. So we'll say that that's kind of the rest of the pub down here. Which actually kind of is interesting. Alright, then I am going to actually raise this. Make this come down. This come up. Maybe not that much. But then I think that makes it definitely a more larger pub. That it goes all the way around here. Maybe the underground area is like more for the classy people. And then the up higher areas is more for like the bigger drinkas. I think that could work. And then maybe this could also be the bakery. Wrong building. This one. I'm doing this for detail. And then kind of doing this. Nope, not that. Kind of doing that. Oop. Come on. Stop. Stop snapping. Stop it. Just get as close as possible. So we kind of got some bakeries going on. And then if I wanted to break this down, keep it as low as I can. Make this here. And then round this out. Round out. There we go. And then if I customize this to look like bricks. There, that can look like the actual oven. Big thoughts here. Alright, hold on a minute. Then what I could do is actually make these be closer. Cool. And then... Ooh. There we go. Now that would be the bakery, and then this would be the front of the bakery. Yeah. I'll have these two parts be part of the bakery, and then this is like the main area of all the baking goods. Yeah. See, sometimes things work in mysterious ways. I wanted to raise... There we go. Ooh, no. This. I'm gonna put this here, and then have the main display. Out here. Nope. I don't know why this is deciding to give me a pitchfork, but it is. I guess the pitchfork will be in front of this bakery for some reason. Well, I guess if it's for hay or something. And get rid of that. Do that. Oh, that'll work. And then... Trying to figure out how everything's gonna work is very, very difficult. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh wait, what the heck? I was like, wait a minute. There's a wall in my door. That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever said. Ooh, we could make this like the potion shop. Next to the bakery. And then I'm just gonna make this just a little place. Just so we can get like a bench or something here. And then I'm gonna kind of build some whatever shops here. Oop. Oh. Good idea. There we go. Brilliant idea. Oh, did I get rid of that? No, I did. I don't want to get rid of the bench. There you go. Want some more benches and stuff. Makes it look a little bit more like an environment. There we go. Is it perfect? No. Is it better? Yeah. And now we do gotta add some... Oh. That's what I wanted. See, this does work better for a cross. There we go. Looks like a little bit more livelier place. And I like that all the different colors are kind of mixing and matching. Look at that. That area looks like such a livelier place with all the little flags and stuff. Let's get some lights up in here. Because we are gonna need some. Ooh, I didn't want to get rid of placing lamps. It'd be cool if I could put like a lamp like underneath, kind of like hanging down, and not just like this kind of hanging down way. I don't think I need these here. And then I was gonna do that anyways. There we go. We still have to build the rest of like the little slum areas over here. But hey, we got the barracks. The end of the life preparations. And just need to do the slums. And we also got a little market here. And a pub. You know what? A pub needs a chimney. Let's make a chimney over here. Pub needs a little bit of a lively place to meet. And then we have a bakery. And then I would say that these are kind of just the back of some other shops. Maybe we might make this a little, quote, black market area. But yeah. I mean, we did a lot. We did a lot of stuff. And we built more of the wall. We could finish the wall, though. But I do want to see. Oh, this looks at night. Oh my gosh, look at all the lights. Here, I want to kind of really see them lights. Yeah. I mean, it looks good. Oh. I want it with still some of the lights on. Oh yeah, look at this little market. Oh my gosh. It might be better to view this in walking around here. Let me walking about. Okay, so it always places me right here, which is kind of funny. Because basically I have to jump down. Oh my gosh, but this is nice. Oh, ad break is coming up, so just be wary. But we're gonna walk around. There we go. We're gonna take a moment to look at our work. We still have to work on this area. But so far it's fine. Actually, I think we have to go around this way. To get up here. And then just like kind of imagine for a minute that you're supposed to walk through this way. Technically, you're supposed to walk through this way in order to get over. I'm just gonna walk straight up a wall in order to get over here. And then you can come. Oh my goodness, I can't. I need to walk over to the barracks. I need to go to the barracks. Barracks, save me. So you get down this way. I need to make a better area for this to be seen. That's how you get down. The barracks actually look nice at night. Let's go to the barracks. Technically, there would be guards here. Oh. And there would be horses. Horses in here. We do have to block up those, but yeah. Oh, hold on. Got the sheep. We still haven't done this area yet, so we'll do that later. But oh nice, yeah, look at this. Yeah, nice little area of shops. Oh, the bakery. Might be something cooking in there. But just this. This looks great. I want to take a shot. Actually, let me get the moon peeking in the back like that. There we go. Maybe even the pub here. With the weird looking house. Oh, well that area is not done yet. Let's kind of focus on the pub then. This looks pretty. It doesn't look as pretty from this side. Oh my goodness. It feels like I could walk into these shops and ask for like a quest. Oh, there's some. No. So good. Look at our little market. Oh, look at this place. I took some screenshots already. Cause I was like, you can literally, I'm like, I could walk in here and ask for a quest. It just feels like that. It feels like a livable area. Which is what we were going for. I mean, some of the stuff is a little weird with how the orientation of it is. And we still have to color it. So like, it's not done. Might just do one whole hour of coloring it. But I think next time we'll do the slums. Let me exit out of here. Next time we'll do the slums. And we'll do the upper Michelin class. Why are you floating again? Okay. And we'll do the upper Michelin class, and then we will finish off with up here. But what I think we're gonna finish up for today is we are going to finish the wall. You know, something that apparently some people can't be able to finish. Look, putting up the walls is making sure that you put up those good barriers for protection, right? So let's do that. Oops, wrong. We're doing... There we go. Oh, it's still based on this customization. Let's go. Oop. Let's go back to default. There you go. Just these are all the same, and then I'll do customization later. And then make this. Well, the thing is, going to basically do that. Do that. And then bring this all the way down. Build this up. And make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Same thing over here. Do that. I can make this a little bit smaller, but I can't make it too small. And the reason being is because this is going to go higher up. So we are going to have to make this taller. No, don't give me the flowers. And then we're gonna do this. There we go. Make that a little bit smaller. And we'll do that a little bit. Good thing is, I might not have to do that floor over here. But I will still do it just because. And then taper that. Make this a little taller. For those wondering what this is, it's basically like an archer post. So that rain, sleet, or snow, no matter what, they'll be able to be up here. I'm gonna be honest, if I was trying to fight these people, I would be pretty intimidated. Because look at this freaking wall. That's basically surrounding the entirety of the city. Yeah, I would be terrified to attack this. Like, who would really want to? You have so many ways, like so many like archer positions that I feel like it wouldn't even be a question who would win. You also have to remember that the gods might be on their side, and it's like, oh no. I will say though that the wall, even though is inspired by a few things, I would say that the wall kind of works similarly to the city of Troy. it's almost impenetrable and was made by gods, so you might not want to destroy it because you might get the gods on the bad side, and you don't want the gods on your bad side, so you probably don't want to destroy the walls. Actually, a lot of people, because a lot of people have been like listening to Epic, and I think one thing for Epic the musical that you have to understand is there is a reason to why Poseidon is mad at Odysseus outside of um the Cyclops situation. Because for those that don't know, Epic the musical is basically a retelling of the Odyssey, which is the story of Odysseus and him traveling back from the Trojan War to get home back to Penelope and his son Telemachus. So it is literally the story of a dad just trying to get home, right, after a war. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people don't know this, but the entirety of the Iliad and the Odyssey is literally to show how the gods are complete villains. They are not benevolent, they are not good, and they are not nice. Even Athena is not benevolent. I think a lot of people hear and think of gods as like these benevolent, all-seeing beings, and it's like that's not really what the gods were. And even in Greek, like in Greek mythos, it was never like that. Um, I think it's more of it's just more of oh no. I built this tiny little thing inside of it and I need to extract it out from it. There we go. But I think a lot of people just kind of forget that. And a lot of people are trying to say like, oh, well, you know, this is a retelling of it and stories always get retold. And I'm like, yes, even though that it's retold differently, it does seem like with Epic, the meaning is still there. Like, yeah, it's being retold in like a musical sense, but the story and the meaning of the actual story is still there. The gods are not nice. And Poseidon is specifically pissed off at Odysseus for different reasons. One, and actually, there's also a reason why Apollo is also mad at him too. So both Apollo and Poseidon are both equally mad because Apollo and Poseidon were forced to build the Wall of Troy. And both gods are basically kind of the patron saints of there, or the patron like gods. So they are very, very already mad at Odysseus because of the whole entire horse thing and all of that. So yeah, there's more reasons to why Odysseus or why Poseidon is pissed at Odysseus, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that Poseidon would be as mad with the Cyclops situation. It was more of that was gave Poseidon all the more like all the reason to finally go after Odysseus. Because yeah, there was a storm blocking the path, so like they couldn't get home via the storm. But even though they couldn't get home because of the storm, that was Poseidon being nice. He just used a storm. He was just mad with a storm. Like, I'm gonna be honest, gods might hold grudges, but they find other mortals to pull out a grudge on. So, most of it is, you know, and I will say this much, could they have gone on foot? 100%. But then you wouldn't have had an interesting story to tell if he actually got home, you know? So it's a lot of more of, you know, they're so enamored with getting back home that in this way that they don't know any other way to get back home. Also, they probably don't have all the supplies and food that it would take to travel on land compared to traveling by sea. So sea's a bit faster. So, and a lot of people have pointed out on maps that literally all these like years that he's spent out here just to literally go around a corner, and I'm like, well, you also have to keep in mind that there's a possibility that they had to rely on a lot of things like wind and sea currents. So that's going to change your ship direction so much more. You can't just turn the ship whenever you would like to turn the ship. Yes, they did use rowing, but that takes a lot of momentum to do. So it's not as simple as we might think it is. But yeah, I think there's like a lot of stuff. You know what? I'm gonna leave these like that. I think there's just a lot of stuff with Epic and Musical that I just go, kind of, but no. I'm gonna be honest out here. How did I? Wait, what the heck? Oh. No. What? Ooh, no. I want to move it. Give me the move. Thank you. Oh, now my mother's home. And now the pupper is going to bark ridiculously. Hmm. There we go. And I want this to be kind of the same size. There we go. Make this taller. There we go. Make this the same size. Make it smaller. Alright. Hold on. My pupper's gonna go mad. So I gotta open the door or else she's gonna go even madder because she's just crazy. She a crazy pupper. She literally came in and started barking at me. Like, hey, you need to go open the door. You need to let the people in. So I gotta go. I'll be back. I like that my chibi model just like disappears into like just miniature. Miniature me. I got some dinner. which I'll eat later because I want to finish this. Oh, we are almost done. Okay, so it looks like over here, these are a lot higher. You know, you gotta be intimidating over here. You know what? I think it's this button. I always forget what button does what. And then do that. And do that. I hate that that does that. Make this taller, make that shorter. I like how a lot of this is just bigger, shorter, stronger, better, you know? That's how the saying goes, right? Alright. You know, I was trying to build it more like evenish, but now I just kind of don't want to build it evenish. There we go. Like that. Like that. I love how this looks on the other side too. Like, now we have such dimension to this. And then let me go and grab the flags. Yes, the flags are yellow, but I'm gonna grab the customization and make it blue. Fantastic. Grab that. Put all these flags here. The flags. The flag. The flag. The flag. The flag. There we go. Ooh, that looks really cool. I still gotta put all the little... I will say, the amount of time it took to put all this stuff in was way too long. Now I got this stupid frog. Oh! It looks like my headset completely disconnected. I think it died. Do you want to know how I know that? Because all the sound now is coming through my speakers, and I cannot turn it down. There you go. And I know how to fix this because I've done it before. You just re-add it and it's fine. hold on. Wait, for some reason it's not coming through the right thing. No, hold on. I'm trying to get... There. Copy. Add. There. There. Okay. So that should work. Oh my gosh. Don't you just love when I don't know what happened, but apparently now it's on something else and I don't know. It's being weird. It always be weird. Alright, I kinda wanna... Why is it doing this? There we go. It must be like normal-ish size. No. Oh, wrong. Wait, does that mean I can change the size of this? Oh my gosh, I can. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't know I could do that. The more you know. Funny enough, I actually got it to be the thinness that I needed it to be. Wow. Surprising. I don't need the roof. Okay, I know that the windows are here, and I know that this is gonna be really close and stuff, but technically, in a way, this is supposed to be super high up that the walls cannot touch it, but it's okay. We're not dealing with exactly. It's more of inspired. There we go. And then... yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to put the last little bit area over here. That's okay. It's okay. Wait, what the heck? There we go. I don't know what that was doing. It was being weird. I'm gonna make this small, make this tall, make this that, make it slightly smaller, and make it slightly taller. Da 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 da. I wish that you could make it so I could like actually walk across on these. That'd be so cool. Just imagine. I'm gonna make this color. Now I know I said that nothing should be higher than the temples over here, but technically the temples are way taller. It's supposed to be taller, but I couldn't make it taller or else. I will say I do not think there is a build like limit, and if there isn't, I might try and make a massive wizard tower and see what happens. It looks like you can maybe go about this tall, like yay tall, I can make a massive wizard tower. I mean, that'll be our next project. Massive wizard tower. You know, something small and easier than a whole entire city. That sounds like a brilliant idea. I will say, after using so many techniques in this build, yeah. I would say that the only reason that this area is probably not like the front over here is because this would be connecting to mountains. Like kind of like Gondor, you know? Remember, Gondor is a reference. Alright, I think we'll go with that to end off the wall. So, the walls are built, so all we need is this area and this area really built. And then I do need an area over here to start going up this way. Or we might even start making a little path of some sort here. Like a bridge area. So then, you know, you can just walk down the front area here and get to everything easier than whatever I was doing here. Because I would like to actually walk around the build a little bit. Anyways, the things, small things that I can add is I can add some trap doors over here. Ooh. To be going, no, to go down. Because you're supposed to be able to go down. Why are you putting a bird cage? Little birdie area? No. I say no to your bird. Need to do that. And need to do that. And yes, I do want to make sure that there's nothing actually up here. Because it wouldn't make sense. There we go. I just want to mirror this side over here with the slits here and all. And then... I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do that later. Put that there. Oh, what is this doing? Okay, hold on. Over that. Okay. And then door. There is no door on the side. Door. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna need to make this taller. There needs to be a door. 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 And a door. There we go. Door. Just imagine a show called Door. Like, what would that be about? I know, like, there actually technically is a show called, Dororo. I will say that anime is actually pretty good. Dororo. Actually, I've never really heard people talk about it. I will say it's one of my favorite that literally nobody knows about. But Dororo is like a, I would say it's better Demon Slayer, and that's saying something. But Dororo is about a uh a boy who has basically his entire body has, I believe, he when he was born, his dad like made a deal with a bunch of demons, and the deal was that they could take whatever that they wanted from his firstborn child, which was his son. And they took, one demon took his skin, one I believe um took his eyes, his voice, um arm. Like one demon took an arm, another demon took another arm, another leg, and another leg. So like he was basically like just almost nothing. I don't know if anyone has ever watched like Vita Carnus. He looked like the if you look up Vita Carnus and you look up the trimmings of Vita Carnus, that's what that thing looked like. It was like not even a baby. It was like a thing. But basically when he grows up, and thankfully to a doctor, he gets like a bunch of prosthetics, and he basically goes out, and he literally in his prosthetics he can take his arms off, like his forearm off, and it's just a freaking katana sword, and he just fights that way. He also apparently has it, I don't believe he has it in his legs, I don't remember, but like, yeah, he just literally just goes up and beats demons as an amputee, like with all that. And I'm like, bruh. He eventually does get all of his stuff back. I do remember that. That's like a spoiler, but he does fight all the demons. But it apparently is a remake of an older Dororo anime. Because the manga itself is really old. So when it came out, I believe like around the same time that Astro Boy was like coming out, so it's a very old anime. And then they revamped it in 2018 with like new art, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Dororo was slept on. It was good. Another one that I feel like is really slept on, because when I talk about it to people, like a lot of people talk about like, oh, animes that people are sleeping on. I'm like, no, no, no. People have heard of these animes. I'm talking about animes that nobody's heard of. Dororo is one, and the other one is um Bahamut Genesis and Virgin Soul. That technically Genesis is before VS. Um so technically there's 2 seasons. I could not find the dub for Genesis for some reason, but VS had a dub, which is really funny that the season 2 got a dub but season 1 didn't. But it's really great. If you like demons, angels, magic, you'll love it. I would say it kind of tones the line a little bit of the idea of a dark. It definitely is a dark fantasy anime. Um, and like, it's really good. It's really good. So yeah, I would definitely highly recommend if you like dark fantasy animes and demons and angels, and all that stuff. Um, you'll love it. Like I'm just giving anime recommendations here. Go forth. Watch it. And these, you know, these are like definitely older, well, quote, older animes. Like most of these animes came out like years ago. And I'm, okay, I'm gonna be honest out here. Some of these older, like, you know, the ones made in the early 2000s, 2010s, be looking better than the animes we're getting now. And they didn't even have really much of a budget back then, man. They still don't. Have you seen what they pay them? But it's like, you could feel the actual passion put in to every single frame. And it was actually good. I believe Dororo only has one season and it's like 24 episodes, which is actually pretty good. And then Genesis, I believe, also is 24 episodes, and then I believe Virgin Soul is only 12. I have to read. I think it's either 12 or 13. So like they're pretty smaller animes that you can kind of watch in a week. They're not like, you know, you gotta watch Bleach that has like so many episodes. Wait, isn't the new Bleach coming out too? Like the new season? Which I can't believe that Bleach is still going. I'm gonna be honest. I know this is a terrible thing to say. One Piece needs to stop. And people gotta stop talking about it. You can watch it. Just please stop telling me to watch it. I now do not want to watch it because so many people have kept telling me to watch it. I don't want to watch it anymore. I literally don't. Y'all hype it. I feel like y'all hype it so much that I will be disappointed. And I now don't want to watch it. Especially when you give me the thing of, oh yeah, you know, it's only over 1,000 episodes. What? Okay, look. Yes, do I probably do want to go and watch a million seasons of Grey's Anatomy? Yes. I'm a basic white woman, okay? I will go and watch multiple seasons of Grey's Anatomy, which probably also has about the same amount of episodes. but come on. I don't know if I can invest that much into an anime that literally everybody has been telling me to watch. That says that people say like, oh, it's so damn good that, you know, every other anime is like, whatever. I'm like, I think a lot of it is like a lot of nostalgia stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, I think that maybe some of the messages that's in One Piece is still good, but there's definitely a barrier with saying like, oh yeah, you have to watch all 1,000 episodes and all of that stuff, and I'm like, oh god, oh no. At least someone said that the fillers aren't that bad and that they actually pertain to some parts of the story and that the fillers are actually good. I think that's the only actually good thing about One Piece. Look, an anime that dedicates itself to actually making the fillers good, okay, I can tout it for that. You know what? I'll give it points. It's not gonna make me watch the damn thing. It's not gonna make me want to watch it. But if you like watching it, go for it. Go and watch it all you want. It's just I've been told by so many people. I like a lot of, I would say my anime taste is very varied. Very varied. But I don't like big hyped shows unless like I think that they're actually good, because sometimes they can fall off really badly, you know? Like My Hero Academia fell off. It did. I think that the original idea for My Hero Academia was actually really good. Which was what the ending basically was. The ending that we have for My Hero Academia was actually the origin of what it started out as. Because it was like a one shot where it was like a guy that didn't have powers that gets his power suit that then he can be able to go and fight crime. That also, I think like people didn't have powers, but it was just like you had to be like wealthy enough to have all this stuff. So basically, everybody was Batman, and this guy wanted to be also Batman. So he became Batman and went and became Batman. And honestly, I think that it was like a cooler idea because it was going to be a lot darker and again, much more grungier. And I think like we kind of needed something like that besides typical kind of superhero anime, right? Was it unique in the way of how it addressed like the world building of quirks and everything? I can tout it for that. It was pretty unique. But I think the story just kind of fell off in the sense of it just didn't it didn't work anymore. And considering that at the beginning of the anime and even in the manga, it says, this is the story of how I became the #1 hero. But then he doesn't, you know? he doesn't. So it's like, you lied the entire time. At least, you know, it's kind of better than it just saying, oh, you know what? It was all a dream. I hate animes that do that too. That do just go, well, the it was all a dream thing is just always a terrible, terrible story plot. Like, it's kind of like, tell me you don't know how to write an ending without telling me you don't know how to write an ending. I do feel like Horikoshi had a pretty good idea for the final story, but it could be that his editors just made him like, hey, you can't, oh, you gotta like stop the writing, man. I can understand that. What are some other animes that I feel like fell off? Well, you know, the other situation is I feel like a lot of animes that I was really interested in watching are just not good, and just leave a sour taste in my mouth. One anime I was excited for, well, actually one anime I'm really excited for is Witch Hat Altair. I'm so excited. I just hope that it doesn't get the, because I hope that it doesn't end up like the Junji Ito anime, which we got, because we only have promos of basically the first episode. And what I'm worried about is it ending up like the Junji Ito anime, where the first episode looks amazing, brilliant adaptation, and then it just falls off from there in the animation. If it does that to my girl, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be like, I need to take a mental week, not a day, a week. Cause yeah, ain't no way. I like how now I'm just devolving into talking about anime. Well, you know what? I am an anime character. I should be able to talk about it. I will say, I don't really like completely shitting on anime stories, because at the end of the day, there are people that did enjoy it. And if you did enjoy it, then that's all that matters. Okay, apparently we're gonna have some... You know what? Actually, I don't mind the plants. The plants are fine. I might lower this, though. Ew. Actually, no. We're gonna raise these. Raise me up! Sorry. Church. We're adding windows to a church. We might as well, you know. Okay, we are not adding a bench. Go away. You know, we'll add a door here. I want to have the door to the back, though. Yeah, how do I get rid of the chair? There we go. I somehow got rid of the chair. Good. You're not gonna see the back, so it doesn't matter. Hooray! Oh, that looks nice. Now that we got the, that area of the church kind of completed. I'm gonna kind of build these here as well, just for added decoration. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, why? Ooh. Why? That's being weird. Probably because this is higher than this. What the heck? There we go. There, now this should. No. Stop it. Be able to move you down a little bit more without that happening. Well, screw you too. No. Alright. Well, we did update a lot more things. Now all the walls are done. We just still have to kind of put these little slits over here. We now actually have an area. We just need to finish this area. And I think we will do that for next time. So I think we're gonna end it off here then, folks. I'm like looking to see who we can raid. Oh, without actually any further ado, let me actually go. Ooh, I do not need to be over here. We can be flying around. Sorry. But we did get more completed. Oh my gosh, it's so massive that you can't see everything. So we're gonna actually go and specifically focus on this area that we now have built. Let me just take a picture. Perfect. It's great. There you go. And let me switch back over to here. Ooh. Sorry. Sorry. Things always be moving around. So let me just... No, we're not going to continue. We're going to exit. Yes, quit. I like that the game makes sure. They're like, are you sure you want to exit out of here? And I'm just like, yes. Yes. That is my answer. Alright. Do we got some friends we can raid? What the heck? What the heck is happy game? Interesting. You know what? Let's go and raid somebody that's doing some cozy vibes. because somebody is playing web fishing. And anyways, I gotta go eat. What is that? Oh my gosh. I literally just opened their stream, and you want to know what I see? Apparently their little like chat, like they're covering up chat, and apparently the way that they're covering up the chat window is with Gru from Despicable Me, and instead of his normal hair, it's Dio. It's Gru Dio. What? I am both baffled and just, this is beautiful. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I love JoJo. I wanna make more JoJo memes in my manga. Well, my comic. I wanna make more JoJo memes. I really do. And the sad thing is like, it would make no sense. And that's the purpose of a JoJo's reference. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make some JoJo references, but well, I'll try. I'll try my best. Maybe I might just call somebody Dio, just to go Dio. Anyways, let me get the raid going. Oh my gosh, I almost did it in his chat. What the frick? That would have been terrible. Let me get that raid. Yeah, just imagine just me starting to type it in his chat, and he just goes, what the heck? And it's like, oh my gosh, sorry. I was trying to do that in mine. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Snooze the ads. I'm gonna snooze them. But anyways, guys, grab the raid message. By the way, tomorrow we are gonna be playing some Sun Haven if you want to join for more cozy vibes. I've just been like, I don't know how I've just ended up going from like start of this year doing a lot of Monster Hunter World and shit like that, and now we're just like Stardew, Sun Haven, Tiny Glade. The duality, man. The duality of things. But yeah, if you want to, you know, but we will be streaming at about the same time for Sun Haven tomorrow, which Sun Haven is basically a little bit like Stardew, but also add some D&D, some skill trees, and just also has some story to it as well that we have to uncover about what is happening in Sun Haven. So yeah, without any further ado, as I always say, thank you all so much for watching, thank you all for being here, and may the winds guide you. Until next time, goodbye everybody.